Nowadays, not only adults can do coding. There are a lot of children around the world that make money or gain fame from it, just like this tree. Yumas Suryanto is a young Indonesian programmer who lives in Australia. He is famous for his apps, having already developed 9 of them. His ability to develop an app in a matter of hours even earned praise from Apple CEO Tim Cook. Then there is Singapore's Seth Yi, who is among the world's top prodigies. He is a master of 3 programming languages, JavaScript, Python, and Arduino. He has an IQ of 134 and often teaches coding to his friends. Last, there's Tanmay Bakshi from Canada, who now works at IBM as an advisory software engineer and also a Google developer expert for machine learning. Bakshi is also an expert in artificial intelligence and runs his own YouTube channel which features coding tutorials.
Technology it just makes life much easier for the
Exactly.
things all around us, and that's why coding skills is in high value now. It is appreciated all over the world and used pretty much in every sector. It is safe to say that coding drives almost all technology we use today, even the very sophisticated ones.
Well, you know what, maybe you know that I have 2 boys, right? And they're so active in their gadgets and devices. And you're like, the question that I would ask, or parents would ask nowadays would like, still the same, right? What do you want to be when you grow up? Now they're like, oh, I want to become like a YouTuber, or the one that do this and this, make robots. And I'm like, yeah, you should do that.
Yeah.
Make an application, not the one in front of the camera, please, okay? Now, of course, well, at glance, coding seems complicated, depending, but as we just seen in the packages now, they're kids. These are
know.
kids. Oh
I
my
know.
goodness. And I guess it's a skill that can be learned from a very young age. But how early can one start learning? That is the golden question. Now, to find out, we're now connected with Ibu Heni Prasetyo Rini, founder of Kelasku Digital. Good morning, Ibu Heni. Thank you so much for joining us this morning in our show.
Hello, good morning. Assalamualaikum.
Good morning. It's good to have you, Ibu Heni. So, first question, rapid speed up. From what age, Ibu Heni, can a child start learning to code? And is there any special skills they have to advance first before they could begin coding?
Yeah, actually there is a term unplug coding, so children can learn from an early age, even toddler. Unplug coding, we don't have to plug any gadget, so they can play usually, but there is a computational logic structure in the material of they can be played. But while learning to code that require a screen and a gadget and can start with children apps from 5 years old. We can use simple apps like Scratch Junior or Lightbot or Khan Academy for kids. And then next step with the computer is for 7 years old. And this required skill, the children can read and write, and they are already familiar with computer and laptop. That's
Wow. Oh, that sounds really good. I mean, these kids are starting very early. Maheni, well, what benefits does learning to code from a young age offer? I'm betting that they can absorb the lessons much quicker than
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah, that's true. Benefits of learning coding for children, the best things I can tell you is they can be train them to be creative thinker. It will be very important these days, right? Yeah. And also they can be the active user of technology. So if the technology changes very rapidly, they can adaptable very fast too. They will be the quick learner and with a structural computational thinking logic. They can train their accuracy because when you learning how to code, you have to do it with a good sequencing, with a good algorithm. It can train them to be very perseverance and learning them by playing, so they can be
Right.
being a detailed person by playing how to code.
No, for an adult itself, when you're saying coding, you're just thinking, oh my God, like
Complicated.
it is. It's very complex. So how can you make coding fun, especially for your younger students or even those that is admitted to Classical Digital, Ibuheni?
So we have to be in their world, like being the playing world. So I start to teach in by let them play the game. So come on, we play the game that another kids already create. It will be fun for them, and then I ask them, do you want to make the game for yourself? If they said yes, so we have to learn to code. Now we can start to code, and you can make your game as like what do you want? Do you want like a robot or a butterfly or everything?
Right.
Wow. I'm surprised hearing from you, Buheni, that these kids can already make games
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
from that age, because I think for something like us, it will be something quite daunting. Tell us about your youngest student. How old is your youngest student, and your experience in teaching these kids? Is it difficult, or is it more fun even for you, Ibu?
I usually accept children with 7 years old for the group class, but my youngest student now is 6 years old, an Indonesian child who lives in Abu Dhabi because this is online class, so we can learn anywhere. She is a cute son with his round eyes that I can see it in the webcam. He can learn very fast how to code because his English language is good, and he has a very good courage about computer. Kids love to learning coding or how to code because it's already their character. This what we call Z generation Z kids.
Z generation, that's
Or
right.
alpha kids.
Right.
They love screen, they
Yes.
love visual, they love color, so coding will be fun.
Right, Ibu Henny, if we could also ask you, what is the most significant difference between an adult doing coding and also children, or is when you're teaching coding to children, this is actually the basic first step of coding that also the adults have to learn before.
Yeah, I teach adult too in coding mom community and this program from Kominfo like digital talent scholarship. The difference is adult love asynchronous method. We don't have to like live one-on-one class like now, like me and you.
Right.
They love asynchronous, so they can learning whenever they can. But kids different. They love one-on-one live class. They love the teacher will be here. They can hear me. They can see me. They can ask me directly, and it's called synchronous method for teaching method. I'm sorry. The difference is children learn more faster than adult.
I bet they do.
Yeah, and then
Alright.
they have very brave to modify everything directly in that life lesson, and they understand very fast.
They have more confidence, I guess, right? If it's
Yeah.
an adult, like if you do something wrong, like, oh, I don't want to be, ashamed of it.
Thinking about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ibu Hedi, I'm curious, from your experience, saying that the youngest kids start at 7, that will be them starting in primary school,
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
SDA. Is it disturbing their school that they're learning coding at the same time? Or maybe it is helping? What's your experience, Ibu?
My program is after school program or you can call it non-formal activity for kids. And also I now come into the extracurricular program in school. Parents and teachers say if their kids learning how to code, it help him to learn better, especially if we need technology. In this pandemic, they have to learn everything online, right? So
Online, right.
parents doesn't have to teach anything these kids. kids only uh, um, uh, know the keyword, and then they just can explore anything in the technology more easily. I think coding will be gain their confidence more with technology. It will be oh, technology, yes, I can do it, just like that.
Right. I mean, we've already live in the digital world right now, so as we speak, so it seems like this is the bright future for our next generation. And it could be something right now, it could be something that is spectacular, but maybe in the future, it's just going to be something that is very common. So you would want your kids to be ready for the near future itself. Now, Ibuheni, as we know, there are so many things that we can learn right now, especially during this pandemic. Everything is online. Can you say that coding skills can be self-taught, or does it need guidance, Ibuheni?
Yes, it can be self-taught. There are a lot of coding learning resource available on the internet, from free and paid or premium things. Even you learning code with the free ones, if you study very diligently and keep practicing coding, make a many programming, you will be have a good ability. It is my own experience. I'm not a computer science student or graduation. I'm graduating from chemistry and educational technology. I learned coding since 5 years ago, and now I can teach
Oh,
kids.
Yeah, that's even quick for Ibu Heni, you know.
Yeah.
It's really surprising how much you can, how quickly you can learn,
Right.
programming. But here's my question, Ibu. Some kids have a talent, and some are hardworking at practice. From your experience, which one of these master coding better? The one with the talents, or the one who practice more, Ibu?
Who practice more will be better, because I can call it coding is skill. In bahasa Indonesia it called keterampilan. Just skill or
Yeah.
keterampilan such like singing or cooking or dancing, writing, and etc. It can be, we can start this kind with practice. Interesting things is I meet many friends that who are already being a programmers or website developers who practice first and then learning the theory. It's very interesting, but you can do it in coding things.
Right. And this is something that, of course, it's good to know that it's something that you can practice more, and when you practice more, you can do it better. I guess that's almost in every, in every aspect of our
Every
lives,
aspect,
right?
yes.
Yes.
That's how we have to do it. Now, Abel, have you ever meet challenges where a student of you, especially young children, where they're kind of burnt out because they've been doing this, maybe because they can never reach the goals. Maybe they want to make a game but they never can make it fully done and whatnot. Have you meet kind of these challenges, or it's always fun for children once they can't find a solution in this particular coding that they're doing, they can go on to the next? Can you share the story, Buhedi?
Maybe for common student, the big challenge is the internet signal. They already make
The
a project,
signals,
and then
yeah.
my internet, my scratch is gone, like that, and then will be crying and etc. But my biggest challenge is teaching a child with a dyslexia diagnosis. They are
Right.
more easily learning from visual and image, but I teach them with a live video like this, like class. He cannot understand what I'm saying because I speak too much, I move too fast, and then he cannot read from a book, and especially if he have a short term memory. So if I teach now, tomorrow he will be forget about it. But me and her mother decided to keep him learning in this code class, so we both can find a good method how to teach code for these dyslexic
Right.
kids.
Yeah, there must be a good benefit of him or her being part of the class itself.
Yes, that's right. Ibu, I'm curious about the tools that are needed here. You've mentioned before that you need good English. That's what you need. A good internet, of course, to not frustrate
Yeah.
everybody. How about the actual gadgets? Does it need to be a state of the art, the latest one, or can you just use a normal gadget or computers for coding?
Okay. The speaking English ability is not the main
All right.
kids have to, because in the scratch or many tools program there we can change it in bahasa Indonesia, and the gadget is depends on what kind of coding or programming language that will be learned by these kids. I choose any platform that can be accessed in the browser freely, any type of gadget, and there is a platform for that, so they don't have to install anything, uh, and they can share the link after the class over, and I can see and evaluate what they have to learn in online, just like 100% online. There is a platform for that.
Mm.
Right. So, Ibu, and this is the last question for me. Like, how do you encourage the children, especially maybe our children, that, coding is fun. This is something that you want to do. It is, something that's going to be beneficial for you in the future itself, and how fun it will be for them, and how many times in a week that usually would be good for them if they participate in this class, Ibu Heni.
Because children have to be protected from screen gadget because of their eye healthy, about
Screen
healthy
time.
issues. We have to strict with this also. My class is one a week for the kids,
Okay.
and how to
All
encourage
right.
is just give them a game first for another kids that are created, and then play it together, and then let's make this game by yourself, just like that. It will always be fun. Gaming is fun. I'm not a gamer. I don't know how to play Among Us and etc. etc. But when they told me, "Bu, I love to play Roblox. I love to play this," and I try,
Yeah.
teach me please, teach me how to play this game.
Yeah. And I think the parents has also have to learn, because like for me,
Yes.
they're playing. I'm like, what is this game? Like, this is so
Yeah.
different than when I was kids.
That's right. That's right. And of course, here, Ibu, we need the parent support. So please, can you share us how much does it cost to learn in your class?
Okay, we are in the middle area. The cost for group classes is around 200 until 250,000 rupiah per batch for meetings or per month for each kids. And for private classes, it's cost 350,000 rupiah for kids per month.
All right. So, Ibu Hani, if you don't mind, just give us also maybe your social media platforms so our viewers and even Weeby and myself right now, we can check it out of the Classical Digital. Do you have any social media or maybe website, Ibu Hani?
Yes, Kelasku Digital, you can access it Instagram at Kelasku Digital, Facebook
Yes.
also Kelasku Digital, and the website is kelaskudigital.com.
There you go, everyone, to all the parents out there, and maybe to the children that is watching here with us today. Classical Digital throughout the social media, and you can find out what kind of programs that benefits for you. Then actually, that you're gonna have more fun too. Especially they have an adult class too. Maybe this is something that I have to be.
Yeah, we gotta learn this one.
I have to know what my kids are playing nowadays. Thank you very much, Ibu Hedi,
Thank you.
for being here with us
Thank
this
you, Ibu.
morning, and hopefully we could see you in your class very soon, Ibu.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ibu. Stay safe.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah, bye.
All right, Bibi. So you're going to be a father very soon. This is such a different world than you were kids before.
Did you take note of the prices and the
Exactly. I'm going through her social media right now.
calling Ibu Hedi right after this?
Yes. So it turns out that decoding is also very beneficial, not only for the children, but also for you as a parent. Maybe this is something that you guys can do together. Then you can have that bonding much more tighter within the family itself. All right. So we'll be back with many more updates after this break. Stay tuned right here on the C Morning Show, only on C Today. We're going to start coding right now. Yeah, now.